Hello everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Michelle with Stampin' Butterfly and I'm a demonstrator in the US with Stampin' Up. And tonight is our last night of getting together on Sunday evening to explore the new Sale-a-bration catalog. So it's not so new anymore. It's been out since early January and it retires tomorrow. So February 28th on Monday is the last time you can earn free products from this catalog. So tonight we're going to explore the Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper that you can earn for free with a $50 order. And then I'm also going to share some samples at the end using this paper. We'll make a couple cards together using it, and then I will also share some samples from other free items that you can earn in the Sale-a-bration catalog that I've shared over the last 2 months. So let's take a quick look. And if you are here, please drop me a hello. Let me know you're out there. So if you've been following along over the last 2 months, I have been sharing lots of fun projects, and we'll do a quick recap later tonight at the end of the video. But right now we are going to explore the 12 by 12 paper in the Daffodil Afternoon pack of paper. So let's take a quick look at the catalog. Here it is. There's some great samples in here. It does coordinate with our Daffodil, I have to talk slowly because it's a tongue twister, Daydream bundle. And I did make some cards using those adorable dies, so I will share those with you as well. And let's take a closer look at the paper. So it's very pretty. You'll find daffodils on, let's see, let's flip it over. So there's pretty much flowers on one side. These work out to be a great card front. And then some more flowers and some more leaves and flowers. Then when we flip them over, probably should have let you see a bigger portion of them. Usually I try to trim them down into little squares, but I thought it'd be fun to see the whole sheet. So this side has hearts, and the base is vanilla. A lot of times our paper is white, but this one is actually the very vanilla. So it gives you the cream look. Here's some black and some pluses, some dots, and then some curry, crushed curry. So you'll see that one side is kind of busy with your flowers, and then the other side is more patterned, and they coordinate really nicely. If you like to do the paper where you cut a piece and then you flip a piece of it over, so like if you do your card pieces. So this paper works really well for that kind of technique. So tonight, let's take a quick look at our cards. So we are going to make this card, and some of the elements here are actually from the new Waves collection that comes out tomorrow for customers. So I will share that when we get into that card. And then we're going to make a different variation of this card, and it has this cute little insert. So, and you don't glue the sides, so it just kind of slides in there, the paper fold. So I'll show you how to do that. It's a fun fold, but it's pretty easy to do. All right, and then this one, we're going to change it up a little bit, so I will share that with you as well. The sentiments on, well, not this one, but this sentiment and the ones we'll be using tonight are actually from one of our Sale-a-bration stamp sets as well. The Special Moments, and this is a huge stamp set, lots of great sentiments, and you can earn that one with a $100 purchase. So if you spend $150, you could get the stamp set as well as the designer paper that we'll be using tonight. So let's see, I think we will start with this guy. So let me grab out the supplies we need. And I went ahead and I wanted to share like some of my card creating ideas. So this is the standard card front size that you could use. But I thought it would be fun to change up the size a little bit and then give you an idea of how you can change things up when you're making your own cards. So here's the stamp set that I pulled the sentiment from. We're going to use the happy birthday from here. So let's see. Oh, I didn't put it on the block yet. And when you look at the patterned paper, they don't actually list this blue color. I think it matches Coastal Cabana pretty well, so that's the ink we're going to use and the card base as well. So we're just going to put our stamp on our block. Okay, good. I brought my cleaner with me. Just checking. And we'll do a little die cutting too. So these are the dies from the Waves. They're the wave dies. And there's some fun curvy waves you'll see, and there's some clouds and a pelican, some birds. So we're just going to use this cool tag from it and some of the foil that comes in this suite as well, or collection I think they call it. And then we're going to use some of these pretty gems from it as well. And I love the blues and greens, so it gives such a great variety of colors. So let's go ahead and I always try to decide where I want to start. I think we'll just die cut first. That'll be quick and easy. So let's get our little mini machine out. What's cool about the mini machine is I didn't bring the pricing with me. Let me see if I can find it in my catalog real quick. They are actually going on sale starting March 1st. They're going to be 20% off, which is an amazing deal. So if you've had your eye on that, definitely keep a lookout. It'll be on my website. You can order. And let's see, it might be under cutting tools. So maybe, here it is. Okay, so there's the big machine and the mini. So the mini fits quite a few different dies can fit through, but not everything because it's got a smaller opening here. So the width is limited. You can't do like a 6x6 embossing folder. But we do have smaller ones that fit through here. And it's priced, let's see if I could find it in here. The mini machine is $60, so it's going to be 20% off. And if you're a demonstrator, you get your 20% off or 25% off discount on top of that. So super sweet deal. We will also have some die bundles on sale starting March 1st also that will work with your little mini machine. So it's a great sale that they'll be kicking off. But let's take a look at our little machine. It comes with all the plates you need. Tonight we're just going to be die cutting, so we only need plate 1, and they tell you which one. So we need plate 1 for thin dies and then 2 clear plates. So we're going to use our foil and we're just going to stick our label on there. And what I like to do, like these are pretty new. These plates aren't totally worn out. They don't have too much ridges. Some of my other ones are crazy, crazy looking. So in order to prevent the foil from getting imprints, I take a scrap piece of computer paper. This one happens to be an old flyer from one of our paper pumpkins. So I just put that over the foil, and then it's good to stagger your plates. So see how these are out further than this one. Makes it easier to get through your machine. And then you're going to give it a little crank. We're just going to run it through to the other side. And there we go. We have our pretty foil label die cut for us. All right, so we will take this one and put these guys aside. All right, next we will do a little stamping. So this card doesn't have that much stamping, just a little sentiment, quick and easy. The paper in this pack is just beautiful. It does all the work for you. So you just need to add a little sentiment and you're ready to go. Decorate it a little bit and then you'll have a fun and easy card. So we're just going to stamp that. Happy birthday in Coastal Cabana. The other color green we're using is Pear Pizzazz. They haven't used that color in a while, so it's kind of fun to have that cardstock on this card. So we obviously need to trim a little bit off, so let's grab the paper trimmer. I just used a big strip that I had lying around. Grab our trimmer out and just eyeballing it. You know, I'm not normally an eyeballer, so we'll cut it probably about here. I usually like to measure things, but why not? A little scrap. Let's see, it looks a little bit off, so I think I'll trim a little more to make it even. And then hopefully it still fits through our tag. If not, it'll be on top. So it's kind of fun to be able to run it through here like this. And out the other side. Okay, good, I made it. It fits inside. So there we go. Let's move the paper cutter out of the way. And then we're going to assemble our card. So for this card, I went ahead and did the cardstock. The Pear Pizzazz is 5 1/4 by 4, and your designer paper is 3 3/4 by 5. So they're 1/4 inch borders. You can see that. Now, when you're designing your cards, you can do 1/8 inch borders as well. This one, I decided to cut down the paper a little different, and I did the 3 by 4 with 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So it's going to show more. I did not bring my glue. I guess we're going to need some of that. Let me grab that real quick. All right, hopefully this has some glue in it. We shall see. All right, so, and let's use this silicone sheet. The hearts are super cute. Could use that side, but I am loving the Coastal Cabana, one of my favorite colors. All right, so my mat seems to already have sticky stuff on it. let's show you how to clean that off too. Okay, so we're just gonna glue that on there. Now, you can see it stuck to my mat a little bit, so I don't know if you can tell, but last time I used it, you see that shiny, there's some glue on there. So what's great about these mats, you can just roll your finger on the sticky glue and then just wipe them off. And it just comes right off, so you're not sticking everything to your piece of paper. So that's a nice little added tool. It's good for everybody. All right, so now we're gonna glue this one on. And this is just a sweet and simple card. Simple stamping. It's always fun to do when you have to get out a lot of cards. Now, I don't know if there's a top or a bottom to these leaves. I think we'll go with it this direction. All right. So we've got that glued down, and then we'll go ahead and grab a glue dot. So I don't want my sentiment to slide off the foil. So we're just gonna grab a glue dot and stick it in the center, and then just stick the sentiment label back down on top of that. And that will keep it from sliding out the side on you. Alrighty, we'll stick that guy over there. And then we'll grab a couple dimensionals. So we're gonna pop up our sentiment. I guess we need to decide if we want it at the bottom or in the center. We can add a flower to it. I kind of like it right there. I like the border of the paper showing. So I think we'll go with that. And I like it hanging over a little bit, a little off-centered. All right, perfect. So there's our first quick and simple card. Again, with the paper being so easy to identify, they usually give you your colors. This one they didn't tell us the blue, but like I said, it looks like it's Coastal Cabana. So all I've done to change these two cards is to change the amount of cardstock I cut out. But look at how different it looks. This, you know, shows you more of the Coastal Cabana background. So you'll have to let me know which one you like better. And let's see, what color? So this matches the cardstock. The green is kind of fun. Maybe we'll do, let's see, do we want the green or the blue? The bright blues don't really work, so it'll be either of these. Well, since we have blue, more blue cardstock, I think we'll stick with the same amount of blue. So we're just gonna peel off 3. Again, 3s are always good when you are putting gems or any kind of decor on your cards. Odd numbers are the best way to go. All right. So that gives us card number 1. Quick and simple and beautiful. So this paper is awesome. You can see it doesn't have to be just big flowery daffodils. These are kind of leafy and fun. If you have one of our, I think it's, I forget the name of it, Flourishing Flowers, maybe we have a bunch of leaves in that. And then there's also a new leaf stamp set that is in the mini catalog. And those leaves might look cool if you had those. I don't have that one, but you could have put leaves underneath there. So there is card number 1. All right, let's regroup for card number 2. Move some stuff out of the way. All right, so for card number 2, I thought it'd be fun to change the paper a little bit. And let's see, here's our sample. And this time I went with the daffodil paper with the yellow, but I think we're gonna go with this peachy colored one. So it's got pale papaya and some flirty flamingo and then the vanilla. So I played around a little bit trying to decide what colors I wanted, and I think this is the color I decided. Let's hope I got my Post-it note. All right, good, we do. We're gonna change out our sentiments a little bit also, and some of the embellishments, so you can kind of see the thought process when you're stamping that you could use when you're trying to design your own card. So we're gonna use some pale papaya ink. Let's see, we don't have to do any die cutting for this. We're just gonna punch. Got more supplies everywhere. All right, and our sentiment for this one is where your, let's see, I can't read that. We're gonna have to wait till we stamp it. And I moved the card case. So I think we'll use the Elegant Tag Punch this time and stamp our sentiment in black. So let me pull out the black since we're using a black card base. Thought that would be nice. Now you could punch it first and then stamp it, but if you're worried about it being crooked, you could stamp and then punch. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, where would I be without a friend like you? That's a really super cute sentiment. And that's in that free stamp set that I showed you in the beginning. Now see, I stamped it crooked. So the plus is we can use our punch and line it up slightly crooked so it looks straight. Now I did it a little bit low, so let's grab the paper trimmer. So the bottom of this, I need to trim off a little bit more so it fits to the bottom of the punch. So I have some wiggle room. Let's see if that works. All right, so does that look straight? Think so. So we're gonna go with that. Perfect. Now the sentiment, the die I used on this one was from the Hippo Happiness, I think it's called. But thought we'd change up some of our supply since we have plenty. It's always fun to use different ones and see what your card looks like when you're done. So your card base that this is going to go on is 5.5 by 4 1/4, I believe. Let's see. 4 1/4 by 5.5. Yep. So that's the standard card front that you would normally see. So it's pretty much, if we look at the card we just made, it's the front side. So, but it's only one piece. It doesn't fold because we're going to decorate the top of it instead. All right. That's our insert. This one's 3 1/4 by 5, and that's going to go inside. And then what we're going to do is we're going to trim our 12 by 12 paper. I've already used a little bit of this. You'll see one of the samples later. And we're going to trim it to 4 inches wide. We're going to move that out of the way. And it's directional, so you want to make sure you cut your paper in the right direction. So let me show you. So it's going to get put on here. So you wouldn't have wanted to cut your paper the other way. Your flowers would be going the wrong direction. So you kind of want to think about that if you're using patterned paper. Now, if it's something like this, which is random, then it doesn't really matter which direction you cut your 12 by 12 paper. All right, so we have our 4 inches. Now we're going to do a little scoring. You could just fold this in half, but I don't do so well with just folding paper, so I'm going to try to score it, make it a little bit easier on us. And then you can do it either way. All right, so the scoreboard. The scoring is the gray marker, so you want to make sure you use that and not the cutting. So we're going to score it at 5 1/4. And let's see if I did the right side. So our flowers are going the other direction. Let's see. So I want this to be the inside, this to be the outside. So it looks kind of upside down. So we want this side to be the 5 1/4. All right. So that works, right? Oh, no, it doesn't work. See, look. I'm going to teach you what not to do. So we want the 5 1/4 on this end. Hopefully nobody sees my crease mark. So let's do it on this one. Let's see. Yeah, that looks a little better. I think our flowers are the right direction. I think they can go either way, but we'll see which one we want. We can go with that one, and then we're going to fold it over. So you can go either way. These are kind of fun, the way the flowers flip. So you could do them. I think you can go either way. All right, cool. So we're going to go with this one. Now I have 2 score marks, which are not necessary, but you want to be able to do it that way. Ignore that one. We could go on this side, but see, then your paper is too tall. So we could trim that off and fold it down this way, or we can just go with what we've got. So I think we'll just stick with this. All right, y'all, making myself crazy. So we want the dots on the inside. We're going to fold up on this one, and then we are going to fold this piece down, and we'll decide how much we want, and we can trim it. So let's see. Let's do that, actually. That might be a good idea. Let's just trim off some of that. We're going to make it 11 inches. All right. So I tried to make this easy, and I think I made it harder on you. So we're going to make it slightly different. And then we're going to score. You could score it, or you can fold it. So here we go. I did a little folding, and then we'll score it. That way, comes out a little cleaner. Perfect. And now you can decide how much of a lip you want to. So, get our bone folder out. And luckily it's dark, you can't really tell that I have a score mark. You could also put your ribbon across here or another band of paper if it really bugged you. But I think we're okay. And we're going to put that on here. So here's the original card. So you can see I did a little bit bigger border. Folded it a little bit more on that one, which is fine. This one I wanted it a little smaller. We're going to go ahead and just glue the one piece. So we just glue the backing. And I'm going to put that on here. Just glue that down. So I'm going to open that up so I can get a good connection for that. Now we don't even really glue the sides. You leave them loose. We can put a glue dot here so our flap doesn't slide around. So we could go ahead and do that. Keeps it down for us. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, it's still on my stick. Wow, it's a crazy day. Okay, this time it came off. Perfect. We're going to put our sentiment about here. We can do a little piece of twine. You can tie it around here. We're going to put some dimensionals on there. Then we're going to tie some ribbon. So I'm trying to decide if I like the black or the pale papaya. I think I'm going to go with the black, actually. All right, let's see if it cooperates. So we are going to just take a piece and unwind it. They're a little glittery. So this one does shed a little bit, but not too bad. All right, I think that's enough length. So we'll do that. The trick to keeping it down, because I'm not the greatest bow tire, is to grab a little glue dot, roll it up, kind of put it where you want the X to stay for your ribbon. All right, so we want our ribbon bow to be about here. So we're going to use that to hold it down for us. And then we can do it as a knot or a bow. Let's see. Maybe I'll just do a knot on this one. We'll make it a little longer. Let's see. I think we'll go with the knot. So you could do a fancy square knot, or you can just do a little knot. And I think we're going to go with the little knot. There we go. I like that. We can trim off our extra. That one and that one. We can pull it a little extra this way. Perfect. And we can actually trim it a little shorter, I think. There we go. All right. So there's the, and you can slide it. So that holds your card down, so that's kind of cool. The ribbon is what's going to hold your card together. Put some dimensionals on here. So just like that. And I think instead of, so on this card I did the brass butterfly, but I think on this one we will use, let's see, do we want it there or here? No, I like it down here. Okay. And then I think on this one we're actually going to break out the bumblebee trinkets. I haven't used these in a while. So they are from the annual catalog, but they are not sticky, so you have to put them on the glue dots, and then they will stick for you. Now we just have to decide where. Oh, that looks cute. I think we'll go with that. All right, perfect. Now we just have to decorate our insert. Let's move some glitter out of the way. It's not too bad. There's only a few pieces of glitter. It's not a crazy amount. All right, let's get some grid paper so I can try to stamp in a straight line for you. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we're going to use this, and we're going to line up our paper with the grids right here. And then we're going to ink up this fine. Now this is actually from the Daffodil stamp set, which I don't think I showed you guys. Let's see where it is. So this is the coordinating stamp set, and we're using this one from it. They have some great sentiments for Mother's Day and Easter, some flowers you can color, some dots, and a butterfly. And then the dies are a little scary looking at first, but once you get the hang of how to put them together, there's some leaves, some butterflies, and then lots of layering flowers. And I'll show you some cards made with those. They come out really pretty, and you can do all kinds of crazy color combinations. For my samples, I just stuck with the standard yellow, but you could go with many other options. All right, so let's ink that up. That looks good. And actually, you know what? I stamp better horizontal. So pick which one works for you. And then we are just going to try to line up, probably stick my head in the camera, but we are going to try to line up the top of the stamp with the grid lines. And if it doesn't look great, no, actually it looks pretty good. I was going to say we could flip it over, but since this slides out, probably not a good idea. So there we go. Clean my stamp off a little bit. And I'll close this up. All right, so slide that into our little card, and there we go. So same pack of paper, right? We just selected for this one, we selected a different pattern of paper and backing. So there you go. You'll have to let me know which one you like better. I think I like the black one a little bit better, but I like the glitter ribbon, so that could be my draw right there. So those are the two cards. I hope I didn't confuse you guys with that, but it's really easier than it looks. You just have to think about where your paper is going to fall, and with your patterned paper, which direction you want it to go. So always make sure if you're doing it this way, your 4-inch, your 4-inch width goes this way and your pattern is going that way. And then you have to think it folds upside down. So when you're scoring, just be careful, or don't score and just fold it. So you can't even see my score line. It's not too bad on there. So those are our two samples. Let's take a look at a few more samples. I have been playing with this paper and it's been so much fun. All right, so this one uses a Flirty Flamingo card base, and it is slightly different. So if you look, I went with a little bit bigger patterns paper. So this is 3x4. This one's probably like 3¼ by 4¼ So you can see the different look that you get on your cards. And then I used the mini daisy punch. I think it's the small one with some more flowers from the annual catalog. And I always forget, you can stamp on your pattern paper. That's a lot of fun too. This one's a little fun fold. And then I just did a little bit of coloring. We have a multi-pack of twine, which is kind of fun because it has like the vanilla, it has white, it has black, I think one of the grays, and another color. I love using twine, so you'll see that quite a bit on these cards. Here's another one. I did this one with the black twine. And then if you see, that is the shiny mother of pearl paper, which I haven't used that much yet, but it really made it pop. And then the little happy birthday here is actually from that Ocean Waves stamp set that you'll see on March 1st. And then here you go. Here are those dies I was telling you about. So I layered Daffodil Delight, which is the light, brighter yellow, and then the crushed curry together. So it gives you a fun look. Here's another one using similar dies. So this is just, there's two different flower patterns, and then there's a bud also. And then I used some white twine on this one and some of our patterned paper that comes free in the pack that we're looking at today. Here's another way you can use your paper. You can just cut strips of it and put them on your card base and do a little flower coloring. I mean, you don't even need that. You could just do the cute paper and then pop up your sentiment. Put some ribbon behind. And then this one is the paper we used tonight. So you can see there it is. And I put a piece of vellum, and it could probably use a little more glue on that guy. So we'll have to go back to him. So you can use some vellum to kind of make it a little more dull if you have a busy paper that, it's kind of crazy. And then here's that same sentiment tag that we used with the foil, but we did it in vanilla on that one and ran ribbon through the back of it. So it's a different way to use it. Here is another card, just uses that fun paper. All I did was trim it, stamp a sentiment, throw some embellishments, and I glittered up a little bit of the flowers with the Wink of Stella. Don't know if you could see that. And then this beauty is actually from a team member of mine, Hannah. And she made this for our card swap, and I fell in love with it, and I love the pinks. I didn't play with the pink on my flowers yet. But here is her card that she made, and I think it's beautiful. So those are all the Daffodil cards I wanted to share with you. Since tomorrow is the last day of celebration, I thought it'd be helpful to share some more samples in case you've missed some videos along the way. So let me grab a couple. Well, maybe more than a couple. These are some of my favorites, and I've been stamping a lot during celebration with all of these stamp sets. So this one uses the Horizons paper, which will be featured in the next Paper Pumpkin in March. So there's some fun. You can put some trees, some butterflies, and the little girl. Then I used some of our 4x6 paper from the Abstract Beauty for that guy. And that one is Catching Butterflies. This one is Driving By stamp set, and I did a little paper piercing in one of my videos. If you want to see how to do that, we did that in the video. So you can find that on YouTube. And then here's one from the Camellias where I used it to kind of make the background paper. It almost looks velvety. And then just die cut some fun flowers with the glitter paper. And you can also color your glitter paper. So that's this paper colored with some blends. Here's another Driving By. And we made our own background on a little road. Some blending brushes on that one. Oh, I guess I have a few more of those than I expected. Here's some more fun cards with paper piecing. And then just some peekaboo dies. So these are fun to kind of layer up too. This one was a whitewashing technique, and you can find a video for this as well on YouTube. We did this in one of our Celebration Sunday classes. And then we have the Island Vibes. So you can do them in wild colors, or you could stick with your greens. And I did some sponging on the stamp, so there's 2 tones of green, and that was what we covered in that card class. And then we also made this fun fold. So if you want to learn how to do those, you can find a video out on my channel for that. Now, let's see, Awesome Otters. This one has the Awesome Otters as well as the rainbow paper and some of our iridescent gems that are super cool. So here's this die again. So here we go. Here's 2 different cards I made with that die. But look how fun that is. You can put your sentiment, you can put your little people peeking out. So one of my favorite die sets. And this is the Friendly Hello. This is another celebration item you can earn for free. And this one's a $100 one, but it has matching paper and stamps. Well, this is that stamp set we used today, but the flowers are from there. And then this is a fun fold as well with the little corner in there. And then we did another variation coloring with our blend markers. And then this is that same paper in that kit. We also have some heat embossing. So this is a fun fold that we did in one of my videos as well. If you look back, you'll see the Celebration Showcase videos. And this one we embossed in white and then colored with our blend markers. So you can actually color those. And then here is just some fun paper punched out with the postage label. A rectangle, stamp a sentiment, and you've got a gorgeous card. Quick and easy with the beautiful paper. And then you could always make your tags and bookmarks. I have tons more cards that I've made and shared along the way over the last 2 months, so make sure you check out my YouTube channel. You will find videos for all of the different products featured during celebration, and then you can use that for inspiration. Let me flip you back. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me tonight for our last Sunday evening stamping together. I will probably be going once a week on Facebook Live. Not sure the exact time just yet. It might just be Thursday nights, but I will keep you posted. So make sure you check back to my page. And if you want to do any shopping, I'd love to have you as a customer. I am running a special. So if you order tonight or tomorrow and take advantage of Celebration and spend $50 or more, I'm also sending you a free gem pack. So make sure you use the host code at the top of the screen and let me know if you have any questions. If you are still thinking about joining, which is an amazing deal, that special also ends tomorrow. So if you were interested in the earning 2 free stamp sets, as well as being part of my team and partaking in all of our fun activities and team swaps and events, you can sign up anytime, but if you want the 2 free stamp sets, in addition to all the goodies you get, you would have to sign up by tomorrow. So let me know if you have any questions on that. I'd be happy to help you guys as well. Oh, thanks, Lisa. For some reason, I didn't see comments. I'm so glad you enjoyed the cards. And I appreciate you taking the time to spend this night with me. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks. Bye-bye.